We have a long-term tradition that forest and agriculture are mutually exclusive. The land is either forest or agriculture. And many of these statements that we heard about the main cause of deforestation is agriculture fully depends on what forest concept we use. We can show for Indonesia that the deforestation rate is 5.5% per year if you define forest as the natural untouched forest. It comes 1% per year if you use the UNFCCC definition. It comes 0.1 per year if you call the trees that farmers plant forest. Any number can be justified by any way of defining the terms. Well, we can talk about forest as an ecosystem and linked with human well-being. We can talk about forest in land use classes in conservation and watershed protection and convertible forest. We can talk about forest in terms of the ownership. What is the state forest? What is the forest domain? What is the non-forest? We can talk about forest in terms of the management regimes, the relations between the forestry agencies and local people about managing it. And finally, we can talk about forest in terms of trees, land with little or more or even more tree cover.
We have different perspectives, the same data, the same place, same method of analysis, we get completely different rates of deforestation. So we've got to start thinking critically whose data we're looking at, what definition we're looking at. But the most important, I think, is in this tropical forest, you're having 3 to 4 times more greenhouse gas emissions than in temperate, climatic situations where you change your land uses. So that makes it more significant in terms of reducing emissions.
Culture, etc. What we need is to see a lot more forests. Let's get more trees planted. What we need to do is to see as many of our people as possible planting trees. Get as many of them to come in and plant trees. Now, if you put all these conditionalities of safeguards, of MRVs, or what, if you load them up front, how do you expect a peasant to understand? You need 10 PhDs to understand what is being discussed, and peasants don't have time to do that. We are grappling with problems of poverty, hunger, disease, and what have you. And we didn't even have enough money for that. Now, on top of that, we have to play our role in mitigating or adapting to climate change. So where is that money going to come from? We want to play our role. So make it possible for us to play our role, and we are willing global citizens, and we are willing to play our role.